This is my 𝒂𝒐 𝒂𝒐 operating system IP address, management IP. So by calling this IP, I can able to access the my 𝒂𝒐 lab, right? So 𝒂𝒐 has two type of consoles. One is CLI console, another one is GUI console, right? So what is the credential, guys? If you're going to access the CLI console, which means, or you can say, I'm going to access the root access, right? So username is root, password is Eve by default. Okay. By default credential for the CLI, or where you can access your lab files, right? Storage, your storage login, right? So everything you have to go with the root access only. And if you are going to upload the image files, the operating system of the devices, where whatever we are going to do hands-on, right? FortiGate firewall, Paloalto firewall, right? So these firewalls, image files, was Cisco router switch, whatever the device we are going to use it for our lab hands-on purpose, all the devices we can able to upload by the help of this credential only. Okay, so root credential only, guys. Okay, and we do have other one more type of credential, that is GUI console access, where you can able to access your lab topology, where you are going to create lab creation and will be happen through GUI access only, and that GUI it has using different credential, right? So username is root, sorry, username is admin, password is Eve. This is the default. All these are all default credential. Okay, and by default 𝒂𝒐, so 𝒂𝒐 has two type of operating system. Okay, so two type of packages we have. One is community edition, another one is professional edition. So where you have to purchase the licenses. So register this. You need to register and you need to purchase the license for this operating system. But community edition is a freeware, right? So for us, for our lab setup for hands-on purpose, we'll use a community edition. So you no need to purchase any license and all for this. Okay. And only thing is, when you're using a community edition, 𝒂𝒐 will not support hash encrypted protocol for a GUI access. You can use for CLI, you can use SSH. Okay. So all are we already in yesterday itself we were discussed, but it's just a quick review. Okay. So GUI will support only HTTP protocol and not HTTP, yes. And for CLI, it will support Telnet and SSH both. Okay, so encrypted protocol also, secure protocol also will support when you are using a CLI, but when you are going for a GUI, HTTP only, guys. Okay, so yesterday we have done lab installation part 1. So today we are enter into the part 2, lab installation. Okay, so which is 𝒂𝒐 installation. Yesterday we were discussed, and today inside the 𝒂𝒐 we are going to upload the image files. And we are going to see the different console types of 𝒂𝒐 installed devices. 𝒂𝒐 inside 𝒂𝒐 we are going to upload and some other devices, operating system, right? Paloalto, FortiGate, checkpoint, Cisco router, switch, everything. So that devices console we can able to access through this emulator by two different kind of console access. So that and all we'll see today, guys. Okay. So let's start the uploading the image file process. Okay, so for that you need to access the GUI console of your 𝑭𝒊𝒓𝒄𝒂𝒍𝒍 by calling the IP address. We given this fixed IP address, right? So static IP. So 192.168.1.50. So just call, you need to call your from your local machine browser. So 192.168.1.50. Okay, I think it's used. I think it's using HTTPS protocol. Yes. It's using the HTTPS protocol, but community edition will not support the HTTPS, so that we are not getting a response. Now we got the response, right? So username is what? Admin, because we are using a GUI console access, right? So username is admin, password is Eve, and I told you, right? So there are two type of console access. One is called native console, another one is called HTML5 console. Okay, this console access for whatever the device you are going to install in your topology, you are going to work with a Paloalto, FortiGate checkpoint, right? So that if you are going to configure that Paloalto, FortiGate checkpoint and all, you need to take a console of that machines, right? So that consoles you can take from this tool. It's not a physical now how we are approaching physical devices, just connecting physically, and with your directly you can connect with your management PC, right? So not like that. We are installing one device, I mean one virtual emulator. Inside that emulator only we are creating all those topology, right? So that access we need to I mean that devices we need to access logically. So these consoles are logical consoles. So for the devices, whatever we are going to install inside the 𝒊𝒐𝒐, okay, for your topology, right? For your lab setup. So I'll show you the difference. Right now, you will not able to understand what is native console and what is HTML5 console and all. So just leave it right now. And today we are mainly focusing with uploading the image file. And if we have a time, then I'll explain all those stuffs. Or else, while enter into the lab, our first lab session, however, we are going to create our topology, right? So that time I'll let you know and I'll show you the difference, guys. Okay. So right now I'm going with the native console itself and just sign in into the or 𝒊𝒐𝒂𝒍𝒍 GUI access. Now this is your workspace where you can create your topology. So by right click and you can see node, click the node, you can see the list of our supported devices or vendor devices are showing here. Okay, so these devices are not installed yet. Okay, so let's say we are doing a lab with FortiGate, so I'm just go with the FortiGate firewall. You can see that I'm not able to choose FortiGate, and let's say I want to use Cisco router and switches and all. So like router, okay, Cisco VIOS router is there, and other vendor router devices also there. It's showing here. Okay, so but it's not installed. The devices will be supported by this tool, but it's not yet installed inside this tool. So we have to install that. Okay, for that we cannot directly upload in this GUI, guys. So you don't have options. If you have inside this lab, right? If you are already installed the devices, then you can see that under node list, whatever the running node in this lab that you can able to see in GUI. But as a fresh, when you're creating a topology, you need to take a fresh machines, right? So that and all you will not able to add very first time from here. For that, the devices must be installed. So if you right click in your node, if you're able to see anything is highlighted, like let's say I'm going to type v virtual PC. Okay, you can see that virtual PC is there, and that is highlighted by any other. Okay, so you can see that any other devices, virtual PC is highlighted by the blue color, right? So I selected virtual PC, so that's why it's showing here. Okay, let me selected that and go to node. And if you look at that, scroll down, you can see virtual PC only I'm able to take it, but rest of the devices I'm not able to take it. It's it's because there is no such a devices yet installed. Okay, the devices need to be installed here. Okay, so to install the devices, you can't directly install in your GUI console. Okay, so you have to go to the root login, which means CLI. Okay, so you have to, and you cannot directly upload the image file. So let's say right now I'm in a root credential inside the VMware workstation, and I'm logged in with the root and password is Eve, and you can see that I'm able to see the CLI console of my 𝒊𝒐𝒐 operating system, right? So, which is nothing, basically it's a Ubuntu operating system and it is installed with 𝒊𝒐𝒐 packages. Okay, and I'm not able to see anything. I don't have option because I'm even if you're able to see your, I mean, if you're storage, this, you can able to access the storage from here and you can able to see the files physically. You can able to see the file, but you cannot upload the image files. Okay, or if from the CLI itself. Okay, so now for that we need to use one more tool called SCP tool. We need SCP tool. Okay, so uh, I'm going to use say Win SCP device, the tool, or you can say the tool which is supporting the TFTP protocol. Sorry, or SFTP protocol. Okay, so the device needs to support these. I mean, the application need to support these two protocol, any one of the protocol, and through this protocol we can able to upload this image file from your local store device to your 𝒊𝒐𝒐 operating system inside that. Okay, then only you can able to add the devices in your lab. Okay, so for that I'm using WinSCP application which is already installed. Okay, so this application, it's a free of course. You can download in online itself, or else I'll share it for you. From my link. You can download this. Okay, and this is that. And when very first time, it will not show you anything. But this login page only you will get. Okay, and my in my screen, left side partition is my local storage. You can see it is already, I'm in my local machine, E drive, and where I have the files. So this is my local storage, and right side partition, it is actually it will show from the 𝒊𝒐𝒐 storage, 𝒊𝒐𝒐 hard disk. Okay. This is the console where you can access the 𝒊𝒐𝒐 storage from in a GUI manner by the help of this WinSCP2. Okay, by the help of this WinSCP2. So from here, we are going to upload the image files inside the 𝒊𝒐𝒐 storage. Okay, in the right path to detect the, to detect this operating system, these devices operating system. Okay, so first of all, we need to log in inside the 𝒊𝒐𝒐 first. Okay, so just give new site and choose SFTP protocol. Okay, and host name, you should provide your 𝒊𝒐𝒐 management IP address 192.168.1.50 in my case. Okay, so 192.168.1.50 and protocol SFTP protocol. Okay, and then username. Here, if you give a GUI console, username is admin, password is Eve. This is the GUI admin default admin credential who can able to access the GUI console. Okay, your workspace, not your storage directly. Okay, it will give error because we are using different credentials. So we need to use the username is root, who has access, who has privilege to access the storage directly. Okay, so root user who has all the access, right? Manage your files and log in, and I'm able to log in. So as I mentioned earlier, so in my screen there are two partition. So left side partition, which is it's showing some data, right? So this is my local storage, my hard disk, local hard disk in my base machine hard disk, and in that particular location, I have already opened in this tool, so it's automatically taken. But in your use case, So you have to you can select by yourself, or default it will select with the C drive. Okay, and now this is my file. So this is a router switch file, Cisco switch file, and this is my Cisco router file, right? And we are going to use Fortinet for our upcoming labs, right? And routers, switches, and client machines, right? So all this we are going to upload one by one hereafter. So first, I'm going to for today, I'm going to show you the motive of the session is to show you what kind of error you might do while upload the image file, and why we need to make we need to follow some steps to upload. We cannot directly here and there why we cannot upload the image files, right? So the to show you that only I'm taking this session, because you will definitely you will be made this mistake, guys. Okay, so that's the reason. So now first I'm going to upload this image file, okay, from eve-ng, my local storage to eve-ng storage. So this is my eve-ng root directory. I'm in a main directory, right? So let's take my Cisco router switch file. This is my Cisco switch file. Okay, there inside, this is the main directory. Inside this directory, I have a file, which is Cisco virtual IOS switch operating system. Okay, switching functionality, right? So just click OK, and to store this file, to copy this file, you can just click and drag. Now I'm just uploading this Cisco switch image file from my local storage, wherever I have this file. So E drive, and then inside the E drive, under eve-ng laptop tools folder, and inside that I have multiple folders. So this is the location. So in your use case, wherever you're having, so you can just click that particular location from here. You can directly go that location. Okay, so now I have uploaded this directory, and inside this directory I have operating system Cisco virtual IOS operating system, which can do only layer 2 function. Okay, so now this has to be reflected in my eve-ng, right? So let's GUI console, just go to the GUI console and refresh the GUI console, your workspace, and try to add node and type. I have uploaded the Cisco switch, which is vios L2, right? So this is that file I have uploaded. Okay, so actually I have uploaded this file only, vios switch, but it's not reflecting like virtual PC, right? Here it, because this device is already pre-installed and properly installed, so it is available. In our case, we just upload the Cisco switch, but still it is not showing like virtual PC. It's because we are not properly uploaded this file, guys. Okay, so we have uploaded this file inside the root directory of your eve-ng storage. You have uploaded, but this eve-ng will follow some hashing value to detect the files and detect the directory properly. So it has follow some procedure. Okay, so you need to upload this directory, this file, not here and there. So you have to go with the proper way. Actually, whatever I'm going to upload, I'm going to give for your labs at lab access purpose, whatever the image file I'm going to give, that is QEMU type of file. Okay, so that file type is QEMU type of file. So this file need to be uploaded under the QEMU directory in a right location. Okay, so where to upload this file? Now go to your CLI, your WinSCP once again, and just upload this file in a proper location. Okay, so for that you can just go to /root and OPT optional, and then unit lab, and then go to add-ons. Here you can see there are three type of files: dynamips, IOL, QEMU file. So here we are using QEMU type of file. Okay, so just open QEMU folder, and the file of Cisco switch vios L2 with the directory in this name, and then inside the file, okay, we should upload here only, guys. If you upload here only, your eve-ng can detect the operating system of Cisco switch, which is kind of QEMU type of file we are using, and which can be detect inside this folder, so and so folder, and it can be detect the operating system. Okay, so you should upload in this location only, always, whatever. So right now I am uploading Cisco switch. The same way I'm going to share FortiGate file. I'm going to share Paloalto. I'm going to share other images file, whatever you need for your hands-on, right? So everything, it's a QEMU file only. So all the files with the proper folder, if you look at that, Cisco router has different folder name, and inside the file, inside one file we have. Likewise, Cisco switch. So let's open that. You can see that it's a file name, which is nothing. It's a bootable operating system. Okay, so it's a hard disk bootable disk file. Okay, so inside this file .q2, and inside this file only we have operating system of Cisco Virtual IOS L2 function. Okay, the same way, if you go VIOS, this folder, this is for router, and inside that we have file. So if you look at that file name, the folder name is different, but if you look at that, file name might be same, right? So which means it's all are same. It doesn't mean all are same file. Actually, it's a executable file. I mean, it's a bootable files. This file format is a bootable file where the operating system can be detected. But inside that, we have a different kind of operating system. If you look at the size for your switch, and then if you look at the router file size, both are different, right? Likewise, for FortiGate, likewise for Palo Alto, Checkpoint, everything, it will be like similar. Either veto.qcov2 or it might be HTA.qcov2 file format. Okay, so don't get confused. All are same file, but it's a file name, so which means all are same file. Right? Not like that. It's a different file. Inside that, different operating system might be there. Okay, so you need to check the size of this file. Okay, while try to download to differentiate the different file operating system. Okay, so now let's upload this file here. Switch. Okay, VIOS L2 switch. Okay. So now go inside that, we have one file, right? So this file is switch operating system, right? Inside this file, we have switch operating system. Now go back to your workspace and refresh the GUI console, and then try to add node. Just type VI, and you can see that switch is highlighted now. So which means I can able to select the switch, and here you can see this is your folder, where inside this folder only your operating system is there. So the image file folder, okay, whatever you have uploaded and how many devices you want, you can just mention to, or how many CPU you want to allocate, how many ports you want to allocate, RAM, right? Like that you can decide, you can customize here, okay, and then how this device's console you want to access. Cisco router and Cisco iOS operating system will support CLI, right? So to access the CLI, you have to choose Telnet console. So which means, it doesn't mean it's not going to support SSH. Okay, it will support SSH as well, but to this is the major selection. So what kind of console you are giving as a first priority? Okay, so make it CLI for, I mean, Telnet for Cisco router and switches. And if it is a device which supports CLI and GUI both, like FortiGate firewall, Palo Alto firewall, then you have to go with the VNC. And if you are going to take a console of your Windows client machines, Windows server machine, Windows will support the RDP protocol. So first priority, you can go with the RDP protocol. Okay. So now These devices will support only CLI, so I'm choosing as a first priority with Telnet. Okay, and just click OK. So two devices will be added here. So if you want to provide the connectivity between the two devices, right? So you can just place the cursor on the device and suddenly you can see one plugin pop up and click that plugin and which device you want to provide the connectivity, drop the link on that particular device, and so suddenly when pop-up will come here, you can choose which port between the devices, which port you want to use to connect. Port 1 in my switch 1, gigabyte Ethernet 0/0, I'm going to use it, and switch 2, I'm going to use gigabyte Ethernet 0/1, like that. Whatever that port you need, you can select like this, and then you can to, to start this machine, just place the cursor and right click on the device, and you can just start. You can see the option called start, and start. The devices will be started. And now to access the console of the devices, right? So in this tool, just double click and you can see on this console, Telnet console I have chosen. So Telnet is or directly it's similar to native console. It's just pop up with the application whichever I have installed in a that is putty application. Sorry, yes, putty application I have installed. So that application is giving my console right now through Telnet. Okay, so you can see that my switch is working properly. Okay, right? So my switch is properly working here. I can able to see the consoles and the device. I have added another device as well, right? So just go with the device. This device also properly working, right? I got the console. So there is no issue with that. Now, what I'm going to do. So this time, instead of this folder name, okay, it's a folder name is VIOS-L2, right? Instead of this folder name, I'm going to give a wrong name. I'm going to give my customized name, whatever. But here, I'm not going to do changes much. I'm going to give a case sensitive only. Uppercase. From smaller case to uppercase only I am changing. I'm not changing the folder name, but I change the first letter case, right? So case sensitive. Now go to here and try to, your accessory device will not have any issue. So it will properly work. And you can see that consoles. It's there. Okay. Now I try to add new switch. Go to node. What we have to do, just refresh. And what we have to do to add new node switch, go to node and type VIOS because it's a virtual IOS operating switch, L2 operating system. Are you able to see that switch is enabled here? It's not highlighting, which means according to the eve-ng, the eve-ng is operating system not able to detect the virtual IOS operating system L2. Previously able to detect, right? But now it is not able to detect. What is the reason, guys? It's because to detect the operating system, it's not only, I mean, the qemu file is up to qemu directory. It will give you the, for the eve-ng operating system, it will select the type of files. Okay, it will, whether you may have a IOL file or dynamics file. So if you have, and it will go inside that, it will try to detect the installed devices and it will be listed, right? And likewise here also it is selected. I mean it's try to detect the operating system, and the operating system can be detected by the help of this folder name. This is the this folder name should be case sensitive, guys. Okay, so it follows some, to detect the operating system, it's follows some hashing value. if you whatever the inside that we have a same file, right? Inside that we have same file, but the issue is EVE-NG try to detect the operating system. It's use the hashing value, some hashing value. Okay, so always your folder should have case sensitive inside the folder. Not only folder, the same way file also inside the folder. This is the bootable folder, and inside the folder we have a operating system. So first your EVE-NG to detect whether I have a bootable folder, any bootable devices. So inside that it will check what kind of operating system I have. Okay, so operating system checking by using that file name. Okay, but which operating system, right? So what type of device for that and all it will detect from the whether the device is installed or not, right? So that and all it will detect from this folder only. So always your folder name should be case sensitive, and for it's different for each and every devices. Okay, if it is a Cisco router, okay, just note it down if you want, guys. Okay, so if it is a router, Cisco router, and QMO file v virtual IOS operating system if you are going to use it, right? So the name for Cisco router is VIOS, all are small letter. Okay, VIOS, all are small letter, guys. Okay, and after hyphen whatever you can provide, it's actually it will mention the version of that particular operating system, but it your EVE-NG will not able to, it's not going to check that. Okay, you can customize whatever you want, but before hyphen whatever you are providing, that is your folder name, but it's need to match with the hashing values. So default folder name you should provide, guys. Okay, so now what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to change the version after hyphen whatever it is there. I'm going to change it VIOS switch file, like that I'm going to give. Okay, and go to workspace and try to refresh and try to add node vi type vios. Shall we get the device now? Not, right? It's because still, as I said, it will consider the hashing value in the before hyphen that whatever you have in this folder name. So here I have given a uppercase. The folder name is fine, but it is a case sensitive. Even it is a case sensitive means you cannot give whatever it is, right? So you have to follow the proper information, proper name you have to provide. So all letters should be in a smaller case only, and also it should be a case sensitive. So letter should be matched. I mean the name should be matched. So let me give smaller case, and now come back, and you can see switch file I have modified after hyphen switch and file. This is I given manually. Okay, previously I given uppercase in this first letter. Okay, and after that now I have given a lowercase, but here I'm whatever I made a change that I just leave it as it is, because after hyphen your EVE-NG will not consider about, okay, to detect the operating system. It will consider before hyphen whatever the keyword you have. It will try to match with the hashing with the existing files. Okay, so now refresh. Sorry, we need to refresh and go to NAT node and just type VIOS, and you can see that switch is there, and I can able to so you can see this is the folder we have given properly. Your operating system is inside this folder only. Okay, and it is properly detecting, and let's try to save this and try to add this machine and switch on this machine. You can see that it's booting, it's able to detect the iOS operating system, it's booting. So which means that particular device properly working, right? So now what I'm going to do some changes. So now the folder is fine. We have uploaded in a right location and the file name we have modified properly. Okay. So the folder name is properly fine. And now go to file inside the file. And now I'm going to try to change this file name. The same way, I'm not going to change much. I'm going to change the case sensitive itself. Okay. And go to your workspace and just switch on this, sorry, switch off this device. Now try to switch on the devices. Switch on the device. Okay, it's tried to detect the operating system. Okay, all the device, it will try to detect the operating systems. Open here, and you can see that this device, it's tried to detect the operating system and find it try to detect the operating system from the network itself. Okay, it has only one port rather than other devices. It has only one port and other devices are having almost eight ports, so that the other devices are keep on trying the operating system issue. Okay, so port number 2 network, right? So interface 2, interface 3, like that it will check one by one. Okay, and if you go to here, network 3, which is interface almost interface 4. Okay, so likewise it's tried to detect the operating system from the network itself because the devices are not able to detect the operating system. Okay, and finally it will give the error called no bootable device. If you are getting this error, you should check the file name. Okay, you should check the file name. If you are getting no bootable device error, you should check the file name, guys. Okay, so because your 𝒊𝒐 will detect the operating system based on the proper folder name, and then it will run execute the operating system based on the file name. File name should be either most of the use case QEMU file if you are using it, right? So it will be a verito.qcow2 or hda.qcow2. Most of the Paloalto checkpoint will follow this file name hda.qcow2, and Fortinet, Cisco, whatever the I'm talking about, whatever the file I'm going to share. Okay, Cisco router and switch follow this verito.qcow2 file name, and hda.qcow2 Palo Alto checkpoint and Windows client machines and Windows server. Okay, so these devices will follow hda.qcow2, and these devices will follow verito.qcow2 file name, and it should be a smaller case. All the letters should be a smaller case. Okay, because it will support it's a case sensitive device. It's follow some hashing value to detect the bootable file and detect the boot the operating system. Okay, detect the directory and bootable files as well, right? So you should follow the name properly, guys. Okay, now go to your work, WinSAP once again, and change the file name. Okay, so I'm going to change as it is waiter.q code. Okay, okay. Now go to your workspace and refresh and try to add node and just type once again switch and sorry, let me stop all the devices and try to Start all the devices. Okay, this device is properly working. Okay, the this switch is properly working. Switch 3, switch 2. Let me boot the switch 2. See that it's automatically getting down. Again, try to switch on. Network connection refused, right? So which means the device is again it's getting down. So if you try to do it again and again, so the device will not able to boot the operating system. Okay, so once you got the no bootable device error with your existing device, right? So if you are trying to switch on the device after fixing the issue, so we have fixed the issue, right? So the problem is the file name, and we have changed the file name properly. So now let me try to add new device and check it. Node and type VIOS and switches again there, and switch on the switch and try to access the console. It's booting. Okay, new switch I can able to add. It's because it's tried to boot the operating system, whatever the folder and whatever the file we have modified from recently from that. But the existing devices, whatever it's giving error, it's keep on getting down, right? After getting a no bootable device error, after fixing that, if you try to switch on the devices and that device, if keep on it is going down, which means that devices will try to detect the operating system from the existing bootable file, whatever the modified name we have given. So which is not matching with your eve-ng database, right? So if you are getting this error with your existing device and if you try to keep on boot this device and but still it is going down, then that devices will not going to useful. You will not able to fix that issues. Okay, I mean you will not able to use the devices properly. So what you have to do, you have to replace the device. So you can just delete and add new devices like this after fixing the issue. You can include the new devices in your topology. Okay, so now up to now we saw what type of errors. First one, not listed. You are uploaded, but the devices are not listed inside the installed device nodes, installed nodes information, because we follow wrong path. Okay, and after that we have uploaded in a right path, and then again it is not listed. Okay, I'll try to like this. Wrong path, uploading the devices, and I have uploaded the right path, but this time path is correct, but folder name is wrong. So in that case, you will get this error. No, not listed inside the eve-ng installed devices. So if you are uploaded the device, but the devices are not listed, then you have to check these two criteria. Whether we have uploaded in the right path. If you are using a qmove file, it has to upload under qmove directory. If you are using iol file, you have to upload the under iol directory, right? If so properly, and qmove file and iol directory you can able to see somewhere else in the drive, I mean in your other location in your /EVE-NG storage. Okay, so you you have to follow. This is the right path. This is the path. Okay, app slash root opt unitlab add-ons under qmove, and or if you're using a IOL file, add-ons under IOL. Okay, so like that you have to choose the right path, guys. Okay, and after that, second error, it's listed, but I'm getting no bootable device error. Okay, the second type of error, no bootable device error. So in that case, you have to check your file name inside directory. Okay, you have to check your file name inside the directory. Okay, and so this is the one of the error here. And here we have one more type of no bootable device error you will get. So let me show you that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload the Cisco switch, sorry, Cisco router. We already Cisco switch, we already uploaded. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to upload Windows operating system. Okay. This is the Windows file. And under Q, this is QEMU type of file only. Wait.qcov2, right? So I'm going to upload it. Okay, it's a huge file. It's time. It will take some time. Rather, so I'm going to create one directory here. Here I'm going to upload my Fortinet file. Okay. So now, so you can see I have a QEMU file and I have a proper folder. Folder name is Fortinet only. Okay. So Fortinet folder. Okay. Let me refresh and check whether the Fortinet is listed or not. Yes, Fortinet FortiGate firewall is listed. Okay. And the file name, directory name should be Fortinet is the folder name, and after hyphen the version you can what you can use it. Okay, and it is properly listed and I can able to add, and I am trying to switch on the device. Let's see what will happen. Now it's tried to detect the operating system again. Its boot processes happen, so it's tried to detect the operating system and through the network interfaces, which means there is no operating system inside that folder, but we have that folder. I mean, we have that operating system, right? See that file is there directly inside the folder. The file is directly is there. So this is the Fortinet operating system file. So we have that, but still we are not able to detect that. this virtual hardware is not able to detect the operating system from the eve-ng. So like how many interfaces you have. So it will try that many attempts. Try to not add 14.8. I forget to reduce. So 4 ports. So almost it's done, I think so. Yes. And you can see that it's showing again no bootable device error. So this time with the file name is not wrong. It's a verito.qcode2 only and it's smaller case only. I'm not modifying that, right? And folder name also it's fine because that's the reason I'm able to see this folder and this devices under installed devices, and I can also add these devices inside my topology. But it's not able to detect the operating system and I'm getting the no bootable device error. So what is the reason for that? It's because we are having a multiple folder. Actually, under QMove, you should have a folder, the folder of operating system, right? The Fortinet 7.6. And suddenly, if you try to open this folder, you should have a operating system file. But we have one more folder. Okay, we have a one more folder, and above that only I have inside that only I have a operating system file. Okay, so it's a nested folders are multiple folders if you have inside the executable file. Okay, so you should have under QEMU, you should have a direct for the executable folder which is 14 7.6, and inside that suddenly you have a operating system. You should not have one more folder. Your operating system, it should not have inside the one more folder. Okay, so just try to move and OPT unit lab add and QEMU and 14 FGT 7. Okay, 7.6. Okay, so showing 7.2, 7.6, but I just want to move directly into the Fortinet 7.6 folder, not multiple folder. QMove and executable folder inside that executable file. Okay, and now you can see that this folder is empty. And above that we have one more Fortinet folder, 7.6 and empty folder. Nothing is there, but here directly from the Fortinet 7.6, the executable file is there. So let me delete this one. You should not have any folder inside that. Okay. And now go to your workspace and refresh and try to add node and just type Fortinet firewall, and I'm going to reduce the folder here and try to switch on this device. See here. Now again it's not booting. Okay. So did we refresh that? Node Fortinet, FortiGate, that's fine. Fortinet 7.6, that's fine. Why it is not showing? Still it is showing bootable device error. Okay, let me, I think that device is corrupted, that file is corrupted. Okay, just a minute. I'll go with the Fortinet. Any folder name is Fortinet 7.6, Fortinet 7.4. The folder name is fine. So let me try to upload the Fortinet 7.4 file. Okay, and refresh and node. Fortinet, and actually I'm going to select 47.4 device and switch on the device. Yeah, it's booting. So as the 7.6 file, it's a corrupted file. It's not able. So that's the reason. Okay, but because both are following the same file name only, if only the version only changed. If you look at that 14 at 7.6, 14 at 7.4, there is no changes in the folder name, and might be, let me check the file name, guys. File name also same. There is no changes. Okay, so it's the file is corrupted. Okay, that's fine. Once it's booted, actually it is booted, you can see it's detecting the hardware serial number and all. So device is ready. Your 14 device is ready. It's not showing any no bootable device error. 14, yeah, it's ready. Now you can log in into your 14 firewall. Admin, admin. Sorry, there is no password because it's a fresh firewall. Okay, and it will ask you to log in with new password. Interface. Okay, so you can see this is your Fortinet CLI console, which means the device is working properly. Okay, clear. So now you can able to get one more bootable device error because of file name is fine. File name is correct, but file inside the multiple folder. Multiple folder. Okay, if it is like that, it will show you no bootable device error. And third option, if everything is fine but still it is showing that, you need to check the file size. File might be corrected while downloading, and verify the file is full size or exact fully downloaded. Okay, so in that case you will get these three. In these three cases you will get no bootable device error, guys. Okay, and finally, if you are forget to enable one more last, everything is uploaded, you have uploaded properly. If suppose your device is your hardware is not supporting the VTX feature, or if suppose you are forget to enable VTX feature in your VMware workstation itself, your hardware is supported, but you forget to enable it in this virtual machine settings. Under processor, you forget to enable this option. Okay, and you can see if suppose you are getting this warning, you might disable this VTX feature in your VMware workstation itself, or your hardware is your in your BIOS it might be disabled, or your hardware is not supporting this feature. These three reasons only. So if you are getting this error, and see, I am able to add the FortiGate firewall properly, and I'm able to add the switches properly, right? I'm going to add one more switch from this fresh switch. and I this is the first switch, right? Let me add one. Okay, let me delete everything and try to add new devices. Switch. You can see that I'm trying to keep on the device will be boot. I mean, it will go down without providing any error, no bootable device error, right? And and the file name after that, if you're it is keep on it's going down and you're trying to fix it by fix the name itself, name and file name and folder name and path and everything you're checking, everything is fine, and then still it is done getting down means you have to go to your VMware workstation and you have to verify that whether we are getting this error or not. If you are getting this error, you have to enable that feature. So you need to go to settings and you must enable this feature while the device is in a running, the VM is running state, you will not able to do that. So you need to shut down and you need to enable it. If you're getting this error but you are enabled in your VMware workstation itself, but still you are getting the same error, your the same warning in your VMware workstation itself, then you have to check your BIOS setting. Okay, VTX is enabled or not. If it is disabled, please enable that. If it is not supported, you will not able to do lab with this EVE-NG tool, guys. Okay, your device is not sufficient device to do your lab. Okay, so you need to make sure everything, guys. Clear? Clear, guys. As of now, any doubt? So these are all the error you might do while doing your lab. Okay, so the fourth option, third error, VTX is enabled, disabled. In your VMware or in your BIOS, or it's not supported. Okay, clear? So three type of error code you will get for the different kind of activities. Your device will not be listed for the first reason, it is in a wrong path, first error. And second reason, it is right, it is in a right path, but the name is different, folder name is different. Okay, so this is two reasons to get this not listed error. To get no bootable device error, there are three reasons. One is file name is different. You are uploaded the file name in a different file name. You are not using a proper file name file name system, and in that case, it will give a no bootable device error. The file name is fine. Then you have to check the case sensitivity of the file. Okay, and then second, the file name is fine, the case sensitive is fine, but still it is giving error. Then you have to check your file is having inside multiple folder in the direct path instead of the direct path. Okay, so you have to check that multiple folder error is you're doing you did or not. Okay, that is third option. And fourth one, the file name is fine, the folder name is fine, and but I don't have a file inside the multiple folder, everything is fine. Then you have to check the file whether it is corrupted or not, file size with your original file and your existing file. Yeah, the file which you have uploaded and file which you have downloaded, both you try to file. Compare and the file size is nothing different, then it will not you will not get this error. Okay, so this is no three reasons for no bootable device error. And third error, VTX feature is disabled. So which means the nested virtualization feature is not supported, or it might be disabled in your VMware tool itself, or it might be disabled in your hardware BIOS itself, or it might not be supported your hardware. Okay, so these three reasons for the third error, guys. Okay, so these are all the errors you will face while doing uploading this image files after install the eve-ng. So please follow the steps to fix it yourself if you are getting this error, and if you are getting difficulties and you need a support, and tomorrow I'm available. Okay, the tomorrow session I'm not going to take it tomorrow.